The modern world is focused on longevity. Billions of dollars are channeled into advanced treatments and cellular therapies designed to extend the boundaries of human lifespan. But there is a fundamental paradox at play. We obsess over the treatments, while ignoring the fact that the underlying operating system of healthcare is structurally broken. The current medical grid is defined by fragmentation. It is an architecture designed to prioritize commercial business margins, creating a system where care is secondary to the transaction. Within this framework, human sickness is treated as a revenue stream. The system is optimized to manage illness through repeated billing cycles, rather than resolving the root cause of the suffering. Global longevity cannot be achieved within a system that monetizes perpetual sickness. Real progress requires a total architectural shift, moving away from revenue-maximizing loops and toward a model of elimination. Transitioning to that model requires the OneView blueprint, a unified system replacing the chaotic network of uncoordinated nodes with a synchronized grid. At the center sits the Universal Balancer. This is an impartial master node designed to manage the entire medical ecosystem. In this architecture, artificial intelligence is not a tool for corporate networks to optimize billing codes or maximize insurance claims. The master node executes mathematical governance to enforce systemic fairness. By removing the financial friction and administrative barriers that currently exhaust medical staff, the AI creates the structural conditions where patient care and compassion can actually function as the primary objective. Stripping away these economic stressors establishes a state of systemic equilibrium. It provides the stable, frictionless foundation necessary to support true human health and longevity. The first priority of the OneView architecture is early detection. Because biological decline compounds over time, catching a disease at its earliest onset is the foundational requirement for extending a lifespan. Under this mandate, the diagnostic process is removed from the commercial market. Identifying a patient's illness is 100% free for the patient, covered by systemic insurance mandates. If a clinic cannot identify the root cause, the master node locks the billing gateway. This prevents monetizing patient uncertainty, forcing the clinic to remain in the diagnostic phase until the root cause is confirmed. This protocol eliminates endless non-diagnostic testing, prescriptions used to simply mask symptoms, and resulting cycles of patient anxiety. When the billing code is weaponized against failure, the system's clinical focus shifts from the management of symptoms to the delivery of an actual cure. Geographically, the current model fails because small neighborhood clinics cannot survive the thin margins of low-income areas, leading to medical deserts. To protect these facilities, the OneView blueprint incorporates the Macroeconomic Stabilization Fund. The AI master node automatically pulls a standardized levy from mega hospital surplus profits. It dynamically routes this capital to community clinics, ensuring low-income area facilities remain financially stable and staffed. This balancing act is entirely automated. It bypasses corporate friction, lobbying, and the bureaucratic delays that typically stall public funding. This creates a sovereign medical shield, enforcing geographic equity so that a patient's location no longer dictates their survival rate. If health access is not universal, systemic longevity is impossible. The Stabilization Fund ensures the grid is balanced and every community is financially secure. A critical failure in modern trauma care occurs when life-saving surgeries are delayed by insurance limits or the need for real-time cost audits. The blueprint resolves this through the Life First Emergency Override. When triggered, the system decouples clinical treatment from financial auditing. The audit track is immediately grayed out and paused. The clinical action track accelerates forward, bypassing all financial gates to ensure immediate intervention. The AI acts as a sovereign shield during these moments, preventing any hospital administrator from halting a procedure due to cost concerns. The financial fairness check only wakes up and begins its audit after the patient has reached biological stabilization. By removing capital constraints from the operating room, the system eliminates the mortality caused by financial gatekeeping. Commercial healthcare models often produce cheap, depressing environments to maximize profit, inadvertently increasing patient stress. Biological data shows that designing stress-free, biophilic environments directly accelerates cellular healing and significantly reduces overall recovery times. In the OneView system, comfort is hard-coded as a strict, quantifiable medical requirement for every facility. If a facility cuts corners on environmental quality or treats patients poorly, the AI algorithm automatically triggers a reduction in their funding. The ultimate filter for the grid is the intent-driven purpose filter. The AI scans licensing applications by analyzing an investor's historical capital allocation and portfolio behavior. If the data reveals a pattern of hyper-profit extraction at the expense of care, the digital gateway to the grid remains locked. This ensures the grid only opens for those committed to building human-centric spaces, mathematically prioritizing well-being over real estate efficiency. Zooming out, we see the complete OneView network operating in unison. Diagnostic gates open the moment root causes are verified. Stabilization funds flow continuously from high-density hubs to community clinics. Emergency overrides trigger without lag, prioritizing life over the ledger. Healthcare has transitioned from a volatile commercial market into a highly structured, categorized system. Replacing fragmented revenue loops with an impartial masternode achieves a state of systemic equilibrium, where every financial action is a direct response to a clinical need. True global longevity cannot be purchased through isolated breakthroughs or expensive treatments alone. An extended human lifespan is the emergent property of an environment stripped of systemic friction and economic stress. The purpose of AI in this blueprint is to serve as the guardian of fairness, ensuring the system remains focused on the alleviation of suffering. This blueprint represents the foundational infrastructure for the art of living. Now more than ever, it is time to engineer a future built definitively on comfort, fairness, and true human-centric health.